Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. I'm very pleased to be joined today by Peggy Boyd, who is the Vice President for Community Services and Advocacy for the Family Service League, Debbie Rumler, who's the Regional Director of Tri-Community and Youth Agency, Reverend Kim Gambino, who is the President of Helping Hands Rescue Mission, and Matthew Bowles, General Manager of the Walt Whitman Mall. I'm Councilman Mark Cuthbertson, and we are very pleased today to come together and talk about the results of our food drive at the Movies on the Lawn program. And all of these people behind me were a tremendous help in that effort. The community groups were there collecting food, and of course our friends at the Walt Whitman Mall. We can't thank them enough. We co-opted an idea from another town. They went to their mall because of the big parking lot, and we doubled our capacity for our summer movies, each of which was a sellout. Now, I say sellout, we weren't selling anything, but we were collecting food, which was a big deal, and we had double the capacity when we were here at the mall, and of course, we did two at Crab Meadow. For the past 16 years, with the support of my colleagues, I've sponsored the Movies on the Lawn program. This summer, and the pandemic presented us with some real unique challenges, but also a capacity issue because we couldn't really give enough tickets to these. So we, as I alluded to, we had 6 movies overall, 4 of which were here at the mall. And the amazing thing, not just about the fact that Simon Properties was able to provide us with this venue, but they did this in very short order. And I have to say, all the credit in the world, because we changed the venue to double capacity, and they did it in such a short amount of time. We went to them, they said, listen, we got to check, but we want to do this, and they did it in a real short order, and worked with our town attorney's office to agree on the agreements and all that other business. So it was great. I also want to thank our superintendent of highways, Kevin Orelli, who provided garbage cans and barricades and actually trimmed some of the trees at the mall. So I got a little benefit for that, right? Our General Services Director, Andre Sorrentino, for setting up the movie each night. Department of Parks Director, Greg Wagner. Of course, our friend Mark Tyree is here. Happy birthday, Mark, who works for the Department of General Services. And so just to the point of the press conference today, one of the biggest challenges that people are facing out there is food insecurity, which is just a very tough obstacle to overcome, and we're still dealing with it every day. To add and help with this issue, we added a food drive component to our movie nights. The Family Service League was lead agency, working together with us and local food banks to coordinate the collection of food on movie nights. I'm happy to announce that we collected over 4,000 food items at our movies and $300 in cash. Peggy, as I mentioned, worked with Debbie Rimler from Tri-CYA and Reverend Kim Gambino from the Helping Hand Mission to be at the gate collecting the food. So it's one thing for people to bring it, but we needed to collect it and get it to the right places. So these nice ladies were kind enough to do that and lend us the support of their organizations. And I want to say a big thank you to the dedication of our community. Our residents who came with food each night, we want to thank them for helping to keep the food banks going. Unfortunately, food insecurity is still at a critical level in our town, and we want to urge anyone who can to support our local food banks and food pantries. We implore you, and even if you can't do that, make a donation. You know, send it in the mail if you want something that doesn't require contact, or drop it off a check. And I'll tell you, non-perishable food items and the food items that they can take are always appreciated. And I can tell you my experience with stores now is go online, order these items. You can pick them up in the parking lot. It's quick, it's easy. you will feel great about yourself and what you've done. So we want, in all other settings, that we can encourage people as well. I know, large community gatherings are not happening, but when they are happening this fall, we want to encourage people, whether it's a football game, a sports event, anything where there are gatherings of people, to encourage them to consider doing a food drive and giving it to our local food pantry. So thank you very much. I'd like to invite up Peggy Boyd, Vice President for Community Services and Advocacy at the Family Service League, to speak on behalf of the food banks.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank Councilman Mark Cuthbertson and Simon Wall, Whitman Shops, for an incredible vision. They had an opportunity to do something. We can't do everything, but we can do something. And this was dinner and a show. Dinner for families in our community that are suffering. And I was humbled, and I feel humbled each and every day to live in Huntington, because I think we are a unique community insofar as we come together and we've worked together through what is, I consider, an enormous crisis. And each and every day we're sharing, and whether that's community members sharing with not-for-profits and not-for-profits sharing with community, but it takes vision and leadership. And on behalf of Family Service League, the children and families we serve, the agencies that shared in the food, we thank Councilman Cuthbertson, the residents of the town of Huntington, Simon Walls, and the Whitman Shops, along with each and every department and your outstanding staff, because truly, these last several weeks, 4,000 different pantry items came in and put food on the table to community members in need. That kind of vision and that kind of leadership is exactly what we need to continue to see throughout the pandemic. And I feel truly fortunate to live in a community that has elected leaders that are so responsive. Thank you.
Thanks, Peggy, and thanks again to my colleagues on the town board, because it is their financial support for this and the resources of the town that are made available. So all of them, Supervisor Lupinacci, Councilwoman Sergel, Councilman Smith, and Councilman Cook, I want to thank them each individually for that. And if there are any questions, we'll answer at this time. Otherwise, have a great afternoon and enjoy one of the hopeful many beautiful days of summer that are left.
Are there any plans for a really large, like one focus food drive, something that people will get their attention? Or I know you're all doing ongoing events in schools coming up and all that, but is there any one big thing coming that we should know about?
I would say that we're fortunate to have a couple of different pantries in the town of Huntington.
Right.
Tri-Community Youth Agency, the Helping Hand Rescue Mission, Long Island Cares, the Assembly of God, and the Community Food Council.
Right.
But it doesn't stop there. Certainly you can contact Family Service League.
Okay.
We do work together, and we do share the resources.
Okay, great.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.